my medal's not closed, but it is what it is. Um, oh, for God's sake, man, not again, bro. Okay, thank you. Okay, so sorry for the customary delay. We are back in LRC for round 5 in Canada. I'm here commentating your host Kvyatbona with Igzys. Say hello, mates.
Good evening to y'all, or good morning, depends on where you're watching. I'm sure that this race will be a phenomenal one. I want to remember, just like Las Vegas, hopefully.
Yeah, where my race gone as miserable as I could have imagined it, honestly. Since I was reserving over there, but
Yeah, but to watch it was a wonderful race, actually. Like to
yeah,
commentate, it was a
I
spectacular
didn't
race.
watch I watched like the last lap. Aero and
Yeah,
Spinotto, I think, who was commentating, they did a really good job. Ooh,
yeah,
as I was just on Nadel's camera, just locking up a bit down at the
but that
hairpin.
was a huge lockout.
Yeah,
That was a
but
massive one.
yeah, but here we are though on qualifying. No rain, unfortunately, where it rains quite a lot here in Canada, but on this occasion it won't. So have a dry race upcoming, and topping the charts currently is Loris, 109.2 for him, and judging by the game time I was seeing on his status, he's been practicing a lot for this race. As Phil Malone crosses the line with a 109.5. I like trains follows. I think it was I saw it. So I think it was perhaps following with a 110.2 and coolest a 110 or a 110 a 110. Mix my words up for a bit as quite a lot of drivers are setting their times. It's just trying to struggle. I'm just struggling to keep up for now. I'm just trying to see who's on their lap, who's not. Simple
I
as
don't
saying,
think,
I
I
hope
think,
Elias DNFs.
yeah. Also, he's subbed for 6 months already, so thank
Very
you very
nice.
much, thank you
Very
very much,
nice.
El Belaicinatore, for that phenomenal achievement. Uh, and thank you for wasting your money on this beautiful league. Uh, yeah. All right, let's get back to the quality. So, as you
On
said,
board now.
Loris third for now, and Nadal second, and Phil Malone is third.
I'm on board with Brookie Lemur just exiting the Wall of Champions, lagging just a bit, and then DRS down to the line. What time will he set in the Mercedes at 110.6, which is 2 tenths away from his teammates. So, well, isn't a big time to get up with the big hitters, but he'll be obviously looking to improve on that time. As the only guys who have not set a lap so far is Walter Elias and Kezio in the Haas, who is out on the track, and he will begin his lap in just a moment, actually. So let's ride on board with him, and I'll take you on to another one of my badly narrated lap tours. So into turn one, very tight corner on lap one. This with the right hander, and now up into the very tight turn 3 and 4. I think this is.
Yeah, 3 and 4. Then
Yep.
into 5 straight away, and 6 flat out. Into 7, a long braking, a massive curve. You have to take a lot of it.
Oh,
Then
he's
small
actually
curve.
validated his lap time here, though.
Yeah, he does.
Speaking of the curve, speaking of
Just a
saying
bit
what
too
you,
much.
yep, saying exactly what you just said, and
Curve
he's gonna have to go
overload.
again on that one.
Although he's still pushing, so that's
Oh, he is.
like, maybe he didn't see.
It does pop up with saying that you're lapping the valley, but ooh,
Okay, never mind. Yeah,
it
he
gets
messed
a
up.
bit slippy, and that's well, that'll definitely cancel out his lap. That'll definitely
Yeah,
cancel out his attempt. So on board we are with Balta. Perhaps not on a fast lap, so we'll just go on board with the Aston Martin.
he's still on the outlap. I think
Yeah,
Bull
yeah.
Diver is on the hot lap. You might want to check him out. He might be
Nah,
onto
this is.
something there.
I don't think he's not using his ERS as I can
I
see
had
on
that
his
too.
on his screen on the wheel. But we'll be on board with Balta and hoping to see a valid lap this time. As Elias has exited the pits as well, so we'll be waiting to see what he will do. As Balta now rounding out from turn 2, that long right-hander, of course, now to the tight turn 3 and 4. I'll be amazed if we see battling on that section of the track, honestly. Heading now into turn 6. Yeah.
Straight into 7, flat out DRS, a short DRS zone, but still a DRS zone. Possible overtakes there. I already lost the count of the corners. So far, Balta's doing alright. He didn't invalidate just yet, but there is still some time for that. And there is also the last chicane. I forgot what it's called, but there is Wall of Champions.
After that is Wall of Champions.
The Wall of Champions is, but I don't know what the chicane was called. Villeneuve chicane?
Possibly, I think,
yeah.
Just thought he skidded the barriers there, but looks to be alright and puts him up into 6th place. So yeah, decent lap by Balta, but there's still definitely room for improvement. He's like only a 10th away from 4th place, so still some time to find in order for him to go up the field. But yeah, as well, on board we go with Elias, and he has set a purple sector. But a bit of smoke coming out of the tires, so signifying a lot. Club as Nadewell sets a new fastest time of the qualifying session so far, and almost into the 108. But but Elias, he's next across the line.
Yeah, you might want to look at Elias. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's going hella fast into the last.
I'm on board with him exactly. Here he comes, DRS. He might even just eke into the 107s. Not really, but a 108.1. 9/10 away from Nadewell.
Oh my god!
And well, as usual, it's a stellar lap by the Bahraini. But we're on board now with Kvyatbona, who's going to restart his attempt after going off track at turn 7. So here he comes now, storming out of turn 5 and now into turn 6.
Dig straight into 7, flat out. Obviously, don't take a lot of curve here, or don't touch the grass. It's very dangerous. Short DRS zone again. Kvyatbona not deploying his overtake on this straight. Interesting strategy. Watch out for that wall on the right. It's very easy to get carried on out there if you apply too much throttle on the exit. A long hairpin, this time with a stunning surface, not like in 2008 when it was literally fixed hours before the race. Kvyatbona entering the last chicane of the lap, not hitting the Wall of Champions, turning on his overtake and crossing the line in a few seconds, and he crossed the line. That's a 109.2. Very good lap from Kvyatbona, a good effort from the Polish man. I'm sure he deserves plenty of kielbasa after this qualifying.
Fantastic lap, and 3rd and 5th not separated by much. So there's gonna be a close battle for that position on the grid, as Loris is actually on the track now, who's just set a 109.0 and only 9 thousandths away from the 108. So we have drivers now setting their personal bests. I like trains, of course. Just crossed over sector 1, 2/10 improvement. It won't move him anywhere currently, but there's always more room for improvement as he goes 3/10 faster from his last lap time, as he's rounding out the chicane, and now into the big straight leading up to the Villeneuve chicane. And well, I can't see because my helmet settings, but he wasn't using much DRS down that straight. But what time really set though? He has improved by 3/10, but no improvement in position, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think that he doesn't have time for one more lap. I mean, if he rushes into the pits, maybe, but oh yeah, that's not really an interesting quali so far. Elias dominating yet again this qualifying session with a stunning lap of 18.188. His nearest competitor is Loris with 109.009, and this and in P3 stands Nadewell, who is still in P3 at 109.097. And by the way, Kvyatbona, can you check like the mic and everything? Is it turned on?
No, yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah. Turn on. I've been looking at it frequently. You don't even know.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but Paul Diver just crossed the line a few moments ago. 110.4 for him after a disappointing
Ooh.
112. But he's got him in
Why the hell does
P11.
he have 9 laps on his soft tires? What?
Whoa, 9
That's
laps.
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, there is no way he could have done 9 laps on these tires. Like,
Been on
even
the
if he
track
was
for a
going
long
from the
time.
beginning of quali, like there is no way he could have done that.
Yeah, explains why he's slipping all over the place. His tires just have no grip at
That's
all. I don't
not.
know why he's on the
I,
track for 9 laps.
weird.
And he spins out.
Uh,
We might want to
I'm
get in the pits. He might want to get in the pits soon.
I'm guessing
Because
it's frustration because of a game glitch or something.
well,
I'm not
who
really
knows?
sure.
But he has only 3 minutes of this session if he wants to look to improve his lap time. So he's gonna have to get in the pits fast. As
Yeah,
well,
he's,
everyone else currently, apart from perhaps Paul Dive, apart from perhaps now on track, is in the pits. But War in the McLaren is gonna go out on the track and well commence the 3 minute shootout.
the one thing that we don't want in real life is on the track right now. War 5473 is on the track, and let's hope he doesn't. Let's hope he won't cause any wars with his presence on the track. I don't think he's close to anyone, so this shouldn't happen. Okay, banter aside, um, a lot of drivers are heading out for their laps now, for their final laps in this quali session in Canada, in Quebec. And yeah, this is gonna be an interesting end, and hopefully someone finally gets close to Elias. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2, and I think it's the
That
Ferrari
is
of Llewellyn, I
it's
think.
Leland doing
Yeah.
just what he does, I guess. But we're on board with War now, and we'll take him to turn one a bit fast. And I think it just went a little bit wide coming out of turn two, so it's been a little impact on his time,
Oh,
but
that's
not that
invalid. That's
much.
invalid. It's over.
Oh, it's
It's
invalidated
invalid.
anyways. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So just track down everyone, and
Perhaps finishing his lap like right now, just about to cross the line. Perhaps coming across
I
the
think.
line, and that's an improvement of 1/10, putting him
Whoa,
in P7.
that's a
Very good lap from perhaps
something's happened.
Mercedes. Yeah, Zoxon, I
Yeah,
think. Oh,
Lima
both
is
of
actually
them.
missing. Missing part of his front wing. I just caught it briefly when I was on with the when I was on board with Kulis, but something's happened there. A bit of a
What did Joe
collision. I
do?
think I saw a Williams there
I
as
don't
well
think it
next to
was a
him.
collision. I think he just tried to get off the track to avoid perhaps, but I
Yeah,
have no idea what happened.
it's just put me off my.
Well, his lap is invalidated. Oh wait, he's on the out lap. Okay, never mind. Um, a lot of drivers on
Yes,
their laps right now.
Elias has just crossed the line. I'll be
Loris
trying.
improving 3/10 in the first sector. Seconds, I'm sorry. Let's see if he'll be able to cook 6/10 out of the final sector. That's quite ambitious, but
All right. So Nadewell first across the line, first to set the lap, and it's P3
oh,
for Nadewell provisionally. But we'll see what the other drivers can set. Kulis crosses the line, improves up to 7th, and
watch Loris. He's improving quite significantly in these sectors.
yeah,
Four
Phil
tenths
Malone
up.
also Phil Malone improving his time bit by bit, not enough to go in front of Kiziel. And well, here comes Loris across the line. He comes
That was a good effort.
108.6 and nowhere near to contend Lamau Elias's pole time.
That was a very
But
good effort though from Loris. He did his best.
yes, indeed.
Elias coming across the line, and that's gonna be a stellar lap because he's improving two
Oh,
tenths after the second sector. That's
and a
107.9
107.9, our first 107 of the session. And yep, that's
in the
essentially
last.
secured pole position for him. I like trainers in a lap. Remember, I think because obviously he surprised us, of course, back in Spain when he toppled Elias's time, but this time it won't come to be, and that has essentially put the flag. That has essentially put the flag down on qualifying. But we still have some laps to go, and Paul Diver, I
Full
think, will
diver
be
is
the
the
next.
only one on the lap right now.
Yep, and
On the whole.
he's improving by quite a bit. 5 tenths on
Fuck, he
5 tenths
messed up
improvement on second
royally
seat.
that Villeneuve chicane. Ooh,
It's
that
just
was not good. He's still gonna improve, but that was a
It
very
still improves to
drastic.
eighth though. But yeah, I didn't
Turned
really
in
see.
way too late there. That was not a good
Oh,
last
and
sector.
Shimashave cutting the chicane, and well,
Oh
that
yeah,
will
well
be
that
our last lap of the session. Just
that's
checking. Yep,
over.
and that's it. Elias, as per usual, dominating the session. He's your pole sitter for Canada.
Yeah, he will be first in this race, and as Will Buxton said, if you want to finish first, you have to finish. So, uh, well, actually, that's not quite what I meant, but nevertheless, Elias with a phenomenal lap secures his pole and maybe puts the ground up work on his victory in today's race. I'm not really sure. Let's see.
It's a great picture.
A quick picture, and we'll be back with you in just a second with the race.
The race, and I'll promise there will be sound this time. I promise. And we've got sound. Yep, I promise. And yep, we've got sound, and we've got a race to look forward to in Canada. Welcome along. And well, let's go check the. Let's go set everything up. The tires, and yeah, nobody looks to be taking the risk on the softs. Could degrade quite quickly here. And sort of a 50-50 on the grid, mediums and hards.
Quite close, yeah. In that sense.
Yeah, it's almost a 50-50. It's more like a 70.
Yeah, kind of.
It's more like
Well, let's see
like a
who.
70-30. You know.
Let's see whose strategy will be superior in this race. I'm guessing most of the drivers will go just medium hard, just plain old medium hard.
Yeah,
No real surprises. Soft is way too easy to. Yeah, it's just not durable enough. And from what I remember on this track, and yeah, it's a from what I remember on the track, and yeah, it's a pretty straightforward race strategically. I'm I don't think there will be any surprises there. Unlike Las Vegas and the races prior.
Well, we
Yeah,
just hope. Yep, we just hope. We have a good. We just have a good, some good race. So a good race with some good fighting. Cause
yeah, that's
that's
true.
essentially
That's true.
what we'd like. So drivers.
And a lot of safety cars. That would be also
Yep, and
welcome.
yep, in Canada, you can't phase out. You can't count out the safety cars. Look at Elias already going aggressive on his grid placement, and
Both
we have got a good we've got a good camera angle on the start for once. So
unbelievable.
this
Roadmasters, bravo.
is sure to be good. Here we go then. It's actually 4 lights, and now here comes the 5th one. And let the action commence in LRC. Elias gets away well. Loris almost got the
Right
jump on
behind
him, but not. But it wasn't enough. So Elias in the lead, and everyone making it safely through turn 1. But or just finding himself in a bit of a scuffle as
Losing a lot of ground, yeah.
Lennon and Pocky Lemur going wheel to wheel through 3 and 4. And ends out well somehow, but Elias building a lead as there's been a collision perhaps
There's a
round
collision.
at turn 6. Doesn't
Yeah,
look to have any
he is
damage, but that's dropped
I
him
don't think there is any
that's
damage.
dropped him way down the field, and
No
has
damage
to-
for him.
yeah, no damage, but that's dropped
The
him
only
way
damage
down the
done
field.
is the position on the grid. Also, Chimashev losing a lot of ground there, from what I
Yep.
can see, or is this just a game glitch? No, it's
I,
yeah,
I,
Chimashev
I
lost a
think
lot
I
of
think
positions there.
I think a big game there for him as I
Yeah,
just saw
he could teleport back.
Phil and Kulis almost getting close together at the chicane a few months ago, but now into lap 2 we go, and Elias in the lead, but Loris close behind him. We have
Behind him,
DRS
yeah.
on this lap as well, but at the moment the overtaking happening on track is between Kizio and Nadewell. Kizio going maybe making a late move down to turn 1, and that's put him up into 3rd place. So great work by the Polish driver. And now
So far,
Nadewell
the only driver advancing in the top is Kiziel and I Like Trains, who started 6th. Also, Pool Diver made up, I believe, 2 or 1 positions from either 7 or 8. I'm not really sure now. Actually, I'll check that. Yeah, Pool Diver made 2 positions. Balta made 3 positions, by the way, from the start. He's out at 10th and he's 7th now, ahead of his teammate Phil Malone, who lost 3 positions, by the way, from P5. So not really a great start for the for
German.
Phil Malone, but
Yep.
there is still a lot of race to go. So he has plenty of time to get back up into speed and hopefully work his way back up again.
Meanwhile, here comes Loris. First
Down the
overtaking
inside,
opportunity
yeah.
for him, and goes and gets into the lead. Very good work by Elias, but it's not over yet. He knows it because Elias will be all over the back of him. Maybe trying to attempt a late move. He's a bit far back to do so, and Loris leads in lap 3. Meanwhile, Nadewell and Kizio, no move happening between them, but a bit of a DRS train is building behind them. So they have to be wary. They have to be wary of that as well. And the top two out in front compared to all the other drivers, 3 seconds ahead. It's like it's essentially Verstappen Hamilton 2021 versus the rest of the field. And Timoshev on lap 3 retires in the pits, unfortunately.
Yeah, he retired in pits. That I think he got like a net code lag or something. He just teleported way back for some reason. Maybe he has some hardware issues. Anyways, let's look at maybe the P1 and 2 tussle, because Elias will now get DRS and he will surely overtake Loris with that massive advantage. Exactly, he's already alongside
wheel to wheel through the chicane, and Elias late move. Elias braked later and now is ahead. Meanwhile, Nadewell and Kvyatbona, they're wheel to wheel when they came out the chicane, but I Like Trains is so close to them. I Like Trains may have an overtaken opportunity on Nadewell. Gets a bit close. No spin out or anything, but Nadewell getting almost swallowed up by I Like Trains has allowed him to pull out in front, as I Like Trains and Pool Diver going wheel to wheel through that shit through turn 3 and 4, and Bolter Film Alone also getting involved, as is the McLaren of War. It's all happening down in the midfield on lap 4 of this race. It's all cooled down a bit, but Coolest and Film Alone, we know how these two fight each other all the time, and Film Alone. Yeah, Film Alone went off track. That's definitely picked himself up from warning. But Coolest is actually on a time penalty himself.
Yeah, Coolest got a 3 seconds for track limit, so Coolest is already having the disadvantage of a massive penalty. Also, I wanted to point out a very important factor in this race. I noticed Loris on the DRS straight had a massive speed advantage on Elias. I mean, it was huge, and I believe Loris has a more of a straight line speed approach in his setup, which maybe an interesting tactic for him to fight Elias on.
Well, if you can keep close to Elias, then that'll definitely work out well for him. And we know we know he can do exactly that. We've seen some good fights from these two this season so far.
The championship fight's still on, actually. Ooh. I mean, even though Elias has a big advantage, it's still on.
Yep, and
Aslan receives a time penalty, 3 seconds for corner
penalties were just dished out in the span of like a few seconds between Le Mans and Leland, I think. But now here we go. Loris 5 tenths away. I'll keep an eye on that, but I'm just on these 5 in this DRS train to see what's going to happen between them. But Loris getting a bit close to Elias. No move happening though. But let's see what will happen between these guys in the midfield. Meanwhile, War and Coolest fighting it out.
Loris around the outside in turn 1. Actually, never mind. He just.
Yep, I just briefly saw it. I thought he was gonna try the bold move, but didn't work out in this. And as Film Alone picks up a penalty, and Coolest actually losing quite a lot of positions. He's under pressure from Reese in the Haas. As wheel to wheel they go, turn 3 and 4. Collision happening. Oh, big collision. Coolest got caught up with fighting Reese. That's put him way down the field, and that's not helped him out at all. As I said, I'll be surprised if we get some action in that chicane, and well, that's exactly the reason why we will be surprised. Collision between them,
very dangerous
between him and Reese.
Yeah, exactly. These hearts are not working at all for any of the drivers that are on them. Actually, maybe they're working for Pool Diver a little bit, since he's only 3 tenths back on I Like Trains. If you look at the other drivers, it's a tragedy.
Yeah, Loris had the opportunity to move ahead of Elias, but Elias defended that well. But he has DRS again into the run down the turn 1. They bang wheels, wheel to wheel through turn 2s and 3. And they're very close together. Loris for now is ahead, but Elias, he's eking ahead. But Loris, when they get into the chicane, Loris ahead of Elias, and the battle is heating up. But they built themselves a 5-second gap from the rest of the field. So really, they're showing world levels to the rest of the field, and we of course like to see that. We like to see drivers giving it their best and racing hard and fair like we like it.
Phenomenal
But
fight
let's
that was. Great overtake by Loris.
yeah, but now focusing down on the midfield, Kvyatbona has also picked himself off a penalty, and the midfield, well, they're all picking off some penalty. Meanwhile,
Elias
Elias,
going down the inside
along,
into the hairpin. Ambitious maneuver, but he did it kind of. But actually, this will give Loris the benefit of the DRS.
and
Actually,
now
it did.
I like Trains has picked the penalty up. Look at the midfield racking up
Oh,
penalties. Meanwhile, these
yeah.
two are just
I
fighting it
think
out,
there's
and
nobody
Elias
going on. Yeah,
ahead.
Nadewell. Nadewell going on Kizio. Overtake on the Kizio on the DRS straight. And also, as he said, Pool Diver overtook I Like Trains. So a bit of shuffling going on in the midfield right there. All happening in Canada. Load of penalties are being dished out.
Yep, but
Odd.
Paul Diver and Nadewell the only ones keeping it clean in this midfield battle, as is Zoxen and War.
Oh,
And the two Aston Martins not really close together, but we've seen them get close to contact in Spain, but wasn't really there for. They just came to collision, unfortunately. But as I say that, Phil Malone, Bolter went a bit wide into turn 6 and 7, and now they find themselves wheel to wheel together. But no attacking movement was just there. But yeah, Phil Malone taking advantage on his teammates. Meanwhile, we see down in the midfield, Paul Diver late move, late on the brakes, and it works out. He goes ahead of Kvyatbona, and meanwhile, Loris has left the session.
oh, that's a tragedy.
That's not good. But Elias is for some reason 1 point, and he's dropping back rapidly. He's dropping back. Oh, he was dropping back a bit rapidly. But meanwhile, after all of this, it's just a bit of mayhem happening now. Paul Diver is in P3.
Yeah.
This is an excellent
there's
race by the
some
Williams
issues
driver
with
so
server.
far. But I think Loris's car has now headed into AI mode, and
Yeah.
that is definitely not yet. That's the AI racing mode right there. And Elias swoops down the inside while just colliding, and he's joined back again. That's very unfortunate for Elias, for Loris, sorry, and he's back in it now. Hopefully, I think, but he's dropping back rapidly. His car, and yeah, that's essentially just killed the battle off so far. But hopefully, he can rejoin. I don't know if he can really rejoin, take over the control of the car.
Yeah, he can do that. He can do that. But
He
the worst
can do
thing
that,
is
nice,
that he
but-
lost DRS, and now he will have tough time catching up to Elias, getting
Yeah,
that DRS back.
and he would have lost a lot of time in the process, unfortunately. But now, Kvyatbona will jump back on Kvyatbona. Here comes Phil Malone down the inside of Nadewell and makes the move. Good work by the German driver. But now Nadewell will be close
maneuver
behind
right.
him as Mr. Zoxen is the most recent driver to pick up the penalty. Everyone picking up penalties, and Nadewell
Yeah.
the only driver keeping it clean in this midfield battle. War also keeping it clean, but to be honest, he is just about nowhere near close enough for. He's nowhere near close in the midfield battle, but he is actually close to the Mercedes of Porky by just about.
Oh, 1 second, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The gaps are changing constantly though. Like this game sucks. The
Ooh,
servers
I
are
like,
flying.
I like Trains got a bit shaky out of turn 7, I think it was, and he's lost positions. I saw him just trying to correct the rear, and yeah, that's put him down to 7th in the midfield battle, and the midfield just constantly changing positions. But now the gap's being built is a bit. It has been a bit extended. Kvyatbona with a bold move and works out well, and he takes back P3. But I like Trains. He's the more recent driver to pick up a 3-second penalty. And well, let's just check the penalties then, shall we? Because it is quite a lot happening.
It's quite a lot of penalties in this race today. Most of the drivers with 3 seconds. I Like Train's the only driver with 6 seconds.
And Lennon as well.
Lennon as well. Apart from that, no other penalties than track limits violations. So yeah, that says a lot about track limits on this track. that they are quite
Tricky to avoid, honestly.
quite hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
quite
quite hard to
quite
avoid.
hard to avoid.
As Porky Lemur overtaking Kulis on that DRS straight. Kulis trying to make the positions up again, but he has just been overtaken by Porky Lemur. So let's see how he will respond. No bold move down the inside of the end of the chicane, but Paul Diver takes P3 back and moves ahead of Kiziel. And crucially, he doesn't have any penalties. Hopefully, I'm not foreshadowing his race.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have any penalties as of yet, so this will put him a great advantage for P3. And yeah, the race looks just to be settled down a bit, but so far the closest battle on track is between Coolest and the two Mercedes. So they will have and it's the two, and maybe if both teammates and Mercedes can work together a bit to try and overtake Coolest, as Leland is on 9 seconds now, and this will just be a recurring theme in the race.
Really a great prospect for Leland, isn't it? He's already having a lot of time penalties to deal with. It's gonna be a very difficult race for him. That's for sure.
As Lima was just trying to look down the inside of Coolest, but he'll have the DRS. What about Coolest's energy situation? Only 79%, so he still has some in the tank, but he won't be using it because Lima has overtaken the British driver, and Zoxon is going to look to try and make a move himself.
Exactly.
As Loris has pitted, I don't know if this is AI.
No, it's him.
It's him. Okay, so Loris taking the early pit stop.
Very early.
Yeah, very early. So we'll have to see what he does with that. As Lima picks himself yet another penalty, 6 seconds for him. So he becomes the newest driver to go above the 3 seconds. So with Loris pitting very early, he's gonna look to get ahead of the cars in front of him.
Get ahead of Zoxon as ASAP because he's blocking him heaps.
Yeah, and this is not gonna. Oh, locking up, almost almost storming into the back of Coolest, but brake at the right time in order to do that. And here he is down Coolest. Elias responds to Loris pitting. We'll see what this puts in. And Loris is gonna have to give all. He's gonna have to give all he has in order to.
He's gonna get ahead of Elias. How the?
Is he actually? He is, but storming. He's almost stormed down the.
He did not get ahead of Elias. He's actually.
But he's on it.
I think more behind. I think further behind than he was before the pit stop due to
No, he isn't. 1.5 seconds, but that gap is increasing
That's
a
not
bit
what
due to.
Loris hoped for.
Yeah. Yeah, because that chicane just hindering his speed a little bit, as the pit exit is just straight into the exit of turn 2. So yeah,
Exactly.
he is 2 seconds behind, and Elias responding well in order for him to keep a good gap. But of course, this is the interval, so he's 2 seconds behind, and well, nowhere near the DRS range as of yet. But Elias, he would have had DRS, but I think he was just a bit behind the detection point. But I think it won't because he would have had. Yeah, okay. So he doesn't have the DRS as of yet, but now moves happen down the field with the pit stops, of course.
Elias has the Haas of Hypes Wolf ahead of him that he has to clear very quickly, and he will do that in turn 3. You said that you cannot overtake there. Well, there you go. There is an example that you can overtake there, and Elias just proven us all wrong.
Yep, you can. If you can pull it off, you can. But wheel to wheel through there, it's quite impossible. And Paul Diver And Paul Diver, as I said a few laps ago, I hope I don't foreshadow him. Well, there you go. He's also picked himself up a 3-second penalty, and well, I don't want to say it, but if Nadewell can keep it on the track clean and can catch up to
Nadal in
these,
a very handy situation actually.
yep, and if he can catch up to these drivers ahead of him, then that will benefit his race a lot. It would, and Leland on his fourth time penalty of the day. 12 seconds for him, and meanwhile Elias down the outside, down the inside. Sorry,
Full diver.
overtakes Nadewell.
I think.
Yep, you
I
can
think
see.
they swapped positions or my
I think now
game.
let's go to the stop. So the only drivers who have not stopped this race: Coolest, Lima, Reese, and Nadewell, who's fighting it out. And Loris almost finding himself side by side in turn 6, and was just not helping his race at all, isn't it? But goes down the inside and overtakes the Red Bull. And what this is doing is just stretching
Nadal
the
might have had
weights.
issues. I think Nadal was an AI for a second. I think Nadal is still an AI.
Yeah. I
he
saw
was an AI.
I saw the join message below. But yeah, Loris just straying further away from Elias, and yeah, it's not helping him at all, that disconnection, unfortunately. But as I was saying, the only drivers who have not stopped: Coolest, Lima, Nadewell, Reese, and the top 3. But Paul Dyer and Kvyatbona still fighting it out though, and staying on the mediums actually. Lima overtakes the Red Bull, who I think is still in the AI mode. Yeah, and actually retires.
Yeah, Nadal retires from the race. I'm not really sure why would he do that. That's a strange thing to do.
He's actually on the.
He's on the track, so he might have just crashed.
I don't know. I can't really see, but it has been cleared off the track, so there won't be any
I don't think that was a crash. There was no debris on the track when I looked at Mr. Zuckerman's replay.
Yeah, and he's
Nadal just joined the session again.
And he's just joined again. Okay, what is happening with the disconnections today? Yeah, but back to this fight now between Paul Dive and Kvyatbona. Kvyatbona actually diving down to the pit, so looking to get the undercut on Paul Diver. But Phil Malone, we know he can extend his tires to the maximum. So we'll see when he decides to pit himself. But now it currently stands 3 seconds away from. He's 3 seconds away from Paul Diver, who is increasing the gap between him and the German. And Nadewell leaves again. Well, there's just no point in joining because his AI is DNF then. But on the closest battle on track, has everything is just soothed down for now, I guess. I like trains. Fine with Coolest. Coolest is trying to defend a lot more, but on those medium tires, still hasn't pitted. I like trains on the fresh rubber. I think it's Coolest on the hards. Yes, he is trying to defend on the hold rubber. Goes on the switchback though. Does Coolest, finds himself alongside, but with those old tires, doesn't have the grip to get fully alongside I like trains. But he will have the DRS, as will Balta. Elias sets a new fastest lap on the hards, and Coolest losing 2 positions, quite unsurprisingly, but still hasn't pitted, so he's also looking to extend those tires. He's looking to extend that stint by quite a lot, but yeah, the gap between Paul Diver and Phil Malone has decreased a bit. It was like 3.2, now it's 3 seconds. It was 2 seconds, and now Loris is the next driver to pick up a penalty, and everyone apart from Elias are on time penalties. This is like the track limits on this track. They're no joke. as Iggy's just muted himself a bit. So yeah, but
Sorry, I had some
unfortunately,
troubles with my game.
yeah, no worries. As oh my word, Warren perhaps oh my word, Warren perhaps on turn 3 colliding into the barriers, but they're not fully out of the race. There's no damage to the. Oh no, perhaps he's actually missing an end play on his front wing, but they're wheel to wheel now. And
Perhaps goes
still, and
down the
colliding, they
inside,
still are.
pushes War wide.
War on the
Yeah,
right part of the track. A bit,
ambitious
bit of,
maneuver.
bit of dirty racing happening, unfortunately. I mean, it's not really much happening in the race, but if you can at least keep it clean, that'll be very nice. As is War, I think, missing an end play as well. Can't fully see. Yes, he is. I think he's missing both end plays actually.
Perhaps unleashed his his
They, yeah, War is
his
actually missing both end plates, and surprisingly,
yeah.
both of them stay in the pits. That's going to allow Leland to maybe pose a move on them if you can threaten them. Jesus, threaten them
Leland?
enough.
Oh yeah, Leland. Oh, he's Spartan's back only, so that's he could attack them. Although Leland is 15 seconds, has 15 seconds of time penalty, so that's well, less than ideal if he wants to gain a position on these guys.
Phil Malone and Paul Diver both come to the pits, and Elias still setting fastest laps as Warren perhaps or wheel to wheel once again, but this time no collision. I think perhaps got ahead last moment. I Like Trains next to pick up a penalty as there's a caution. Porky Lemar, I think, colliding a bit, maybe colliding in the wall of champions. There's no damage. I don't know why, but he went a bit slow exiting that corner. So something's happened there, but nothing too malicious to bring out a safety car. And Coolest, as is Lima, both still haven't pitted on lap 21 on those hards. So they're really trying to extend that, are they? But Phil Malone is ahead of his teammate and finds himself 6th. Only 1.4 seconds behind our trains. As meanwhile, Warren Leland finding out the back of the field generating the most action of the race so far. And War perhaps War got really close and on the grass, almost lost the car, but Leland just being used as a bit of a helping hand to get his car back in order. But yeah, don't know what the back of the field is on today, but it's quite the racing happening down there. As Leland, he's gonna look to make a move down the inside into the chicane. He goes. He's very close to him, but doesn't find himself. Doesn't find himself a long time. Meanwhile, Porky Lemar, he's retired in the pits, and just everyone's retiring in the pits for some reason today. It's quite the weird race happening in LRC today. Yes. Honestly, I don't know what's happening.
Me neither. I have no idea. My live timing is all over the place.
Not really much close action happening on track apart from Phil Malone on I Like Trains, who has caught up to the Sauber. We're gonna wait to see what Phil Malone does as Mr. Zoxon looks to be going slowly. Oh no, that's Porky Lemar on the track. So if that doesn't cause anything.
Porky Lemar has retired.
So he's retired on track, but that's been cleared quickly. And Phil Malone overtaking the Sauber driver of I Like Trains into 5th place. So let's just update on the penalties. And meanwhile, Paul Diver and Phil Malone. Paul Diver set the fast lap, but then Phil Malone took it back with a 110.9. But yeah, Phil Malone will definitely finish 5th clearly. But if I Like Trains can finish 6 seconds in front of him, then he will finish in front of the German driver. But looks unlikely as of now. But we still have 12 laps to go of this race. And as Mario Walker said, anything can happen in F1. Wait to see what happens exactly. on-track battle. Oh, actually getting a bit close to the barriers, exiting the corner. But I like Train's on film alone looks to be fighting this one out despite the 9 seconds he has added on his race time. Let's head up there. Exchanging positions on the end of the Vienna chicane, and Lennon weaving a lot, trying to make a move. Wall goes off track. It's 3 wide at turn 1, and they're just bashing it. Pause, and they're just bashing wheels coming out of turn 2. Wild stuff happening in the back, and Elias has just set a new fastest lap on a 1:10.6. He's on an unreal run this race, but Kvyatbona now has made up the gap between him and Pool Diver, and now this battle is definitely on for P3, and Pool Diver sets himself a fastest lap of the race, and everyone just exchanging fastest laps as of yet. Igzys has unfortunately left. He's still muted. It's a very weird day happening in LRC today. It's just one of the days of like, just what is going on at this point. But we roll with it as perhaps and War still having their own personal battle, exchanging positions at the end of the chicane. Of course, with the massive DRS straight there is, of course. But at least we have a fight for the podium place in P3 between Pool Diver and Kvyatbona. And this is definitely on track. Regarding the penalties, they're on the same time as each other. So this is on track. I like Train's also looking to close up to Phil Malone to try and at least attempt to make a 6-second gap, I guess. But now Kvyatbona with the DRS into turn 1 we go. No late move from him. He's definitely threatening Pool Diver. He's definitely threatening Pool Diver a lot. Oh, that's what happens when you check your audio. I just saw the desktop audio was muted for some reason, but don't worry. I've remembered to unmute that. There's a few close battles on track, but yeah, it's just all calmed down for a bit after a bit of hectic first few laps. As perhaps the newest driver to collect the penalty, 6 seconds on his time, and I didn't even notice Lennon picking up all the penalties. 18 seconds. He might find himself disqualified soon if he just doesn't keep it clean. But we've still got 8 laps to go actually, as Elias is just initiating Verstappen 2023 type domination here due to Loris unfortunately disconnecting. Yeah, that's killed the race unfortunately. But yeah, this battle for P3 is still very on. But
Let's not jinx it. Maybe Loris will miraculously come back and take a shot at overtaking Elias. There is still a big possibility for a safety car, I suppose,
yeah, especially
with there being no safety cars in this race. You remember what happened in Spain. We didn't think there would be a safety car, and then there was safety car, and the race was flipped upside down, and yeah.
when everything just popped off there. Wow, yeah, what a spectacle that was.
That was a great race. And let's hope that something similar like this happens here today in Montreal.
Oh! Warning! Oh, he's just retired in place. Never mind.
Ah, okay.
But I was just about to say, with the way the three at the back were fighting, we're definitely probably gonna get a safety car sooner or later. But unfortunately, Wall has retired for some reason. He was fighting well with them, but into
Very
the pits he
unfortunate race
goes,
for War.
and yeah, we only have 12 runners on the track. Let's just hope, let's just hope and pray we get a safety car and just flips the whole race on its head.
We're not wishing anybody badly. We just want to get some action today.
Spectacle.
Exactly.
Of
I mean,
course,
especially considering the fact that, considering the technical issues and all the stuff that was happening.
I remember to turn on my audio for once, not the insane commentary I was having in Spain on that last lap. Also remembering that Paul diver just taking the win out of nowhere when Elias and Norris was the main contenders, of course, for the win.
An unexpected surprise,
Very
I suppose.
unexpected.
Exactly.
Definitely the best race of the season so far, but of course, for other tracks such as Belgium, I think Jeddah as well, we've got coming up soon.
It's gonna be an interesting one, that's for sure.
Qatar, Melbourne, Monza, things usually happen there
Qatar.
in turn one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Monza turn one is gonna go crazy. Let's hope Blazer attends the race.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Well, not much happening on the track aside from as you're watching Leland and perhaps battling it out for P11. Also, there is one more fight between I Like Trace and I Like Trains, Phil Malone and Kizio, and Pool Diver actually for P3. They're pretty close to each other. You might want to, uh, you know, uh, check it out
But of course,
soon.
I like trains with 12 seconds of time penalties. Will put him way down the order.
That's
But
true, but
but honestly, with Boulder being 9 seconds behind in the 3 seconds add on to his race, maybe he'll just escape it a little bit. Who knows? But
somehow stay
Kizio and
in.
Paul Diver, the battle for the podium. Kizio has overtaken the Williams. Now Paul Diver looking to get back at the Haas driver, as now Loris picks up yet another penalty. And I like trains overtaking from Malone by the time before we reach turn one, ahead of the German, but won't be ahead on track. That's the obvious state of the 12-second time penalty. But back to the back of the field we go. DRS for Lennon, 18 seconds. So well, this is just a little battle between them, I guess. Not for position, it's just for fun. And speaking of, picks up
Yeah,
another penalty in the process.
yeah. Leland's going at it with the penalties. 21 seconds. I think that might be a new record. Actually, no, it won't be. But uh, yeah, a big tally of penalties for Leland today. Unfortunately, not really. I don't think this race went how he wanted it to go, but it is what it is. It happens sometimes in racing, and you have to accept that.
Got in front of I Like Trains. So he's up into fifth. So it's just a matter of just fighting it out as it stands. As we just inch down the laps. Unfortunately, the prospect of a safety car looks to stray further and further away.
Exactly. I just noticed, by the way, Bablo072 renewed his Prime subscription, and he's subscribing for 2 months already, and he said that he is French, so that's official now, I guess. Yeah, that's official, guys. It's official news. Also,
Congratulations. We
Phil
very appreciate
Malone, I just noticed, he also renewed his subscription. He is 5 months in supporting this league, and he said, "Right, take a right on the techno train ride." I don't know what that means, but very cool. I love techno. Uh, And thank you very much for giving Loris money. Yeah. In all
Saying all
fairness,
that,
thank you very much.
while we were saying all that, Paul Diver it was a bit close in World of Champions, but overtakes Kvyatbona. As it stands, he will finish on the podium since they're both on 3 seconds, so it'll be so this is on tracks, and we hope for at least this battle to give us a bit of energy in
The
the race.
excitement.
Yep.
Exactly. Very boring race. Aside from that. Not really a phenomenal race so far, but well, it's there.
Just the first few laps was had a bit of action in it, but yeah, just
Yeah,
cooling
not
down
really a
after that, I guess.
phenomenal one. A sleepy race. If you guys want to fall asleep really quickly, just start watching this race and you'll fall asleep immediately. As we were talking that, Kizio just overtook the pull diver, which pops him into the podium paint position and maybe helps with his championship fight. Uh, yeah, I don't
See,
know.
I like trains. They're going real to real in turn one. Filming over with just closing in, not giving him enough room, but I mean actually giving him all the room he needs, and yeah, good defending by Phil. As I like trains just gets a bit, just tries to correct the car coming out.
Bill popping in that Maginot line of defense, trying to not be overtaken by Mr. I Like Trains. I Like Trains will do his best, obviously. He has a 15-second penalty, but that is not discouraging. I think it's best to overtake the German driver. Uh, yeah, very, very interesting, interesting fight. Hukin right there. That's not really a fight for anything because Film alone has basically secured P5, but
Leading this race by quite a margin, finds himself getting blocked by traffic by perhaps and Lennon, so they have to move out the way soon, both of them, especially with Lennon being his teammates. He just looks to be sitting back, does the Bahraini, as all as braking just a bit deep, the both of them. And Elias just had to take a little bit of seconds, but Koulis has actually made up the gap between Zoxen and I Like Trains and Phil Malone. They're fighting it out of turn 7, and Leland gets a 10-second penalty for ignoring blue flags, as does perhaps, I think. And
oh
that's just
man,
notched his tally up to 31 seconds of
no,
this race. And
Lennon's
whilst
going for the record, bro.
I mean, they're both going for it. They're not giving they're not giving Elias any room for overtaking both.
Overtaking, yeah.
The final lap, of course,
Elias just chilling and just watching in the background them fighting.
been 3 DRS, I guess, but Elias going for it for himself, diving down the inside of perhaps, and well, he's just having himself a
He,
bit of fun
he
until
has
he
to let
crosses
it
the
through.
finish line in
Oh,
first position.
Kizio get a penalty. That's a disaster for
Oh,
for Kizio.
that's not helped him at all. But he's right up the end of
That's a
Loris, and
terrible thing.
he might still finish on the podium, but he'll finish behind Paul Diver, and Loris with the 9 seconds of penalties.
Oh, that sucks for him.
Kizzy on Paul Diver is right on the end of him.
Oh,
And
that sucks.
yeah, that will, as it stands, put Loris out of the podium. Unless
That is.
something drastic happens to Kizzy or Paul Diver, but on this straight, it won't look like it will. But here comes Elias though. Was under pressure from Loris, but with the disconnection from Loris, takes the checkered flag to win the Canadian Grand Prix. And Kizio is ahead of Loris, but he will finish behind Paul Diver,
Yeah.
and Paul Diver will cross the line in 4th, but will finish second on the grid itself. Loris out of the podium and is straying out of the championship fight he's put himself in, unfortunately. And I Like Trains with the penalty finishes behind Phil Malone as expected.
There's a bit of a kerfuffle
Poulter,
going on in the finish line.
Poulter crosses the line. And actually finishes ahead
Great
of I Like
seven.
Train. So Aston Martin 5th and 6th for them. Good results
Great result.
for the Silverstone-based team. And Kulis and Zoxen fighting out, but it won't matter at all for Zoxen. He will finish ahead of Kulis. As Kulis slipping, as Kulis just losing the car a bit. And yeah, finishes 10th position. And as we just await let us see what interval time Leland will finish on. Let's just go to the leader. There we go. 1 minute behind. And it'll be 1 minute 40 behind when he
Come
crosses
on.
the line.
Can he get one more penalty? Just one more.
I think it's possible, unfortunately. 31
Oh.
seconds for him.
What a
Yeah.
great result. Oh, he got one more penalty. 41 seconds of penalties in this race. And that is the record of
I
penalties
don't think he.
in our league.
I don't think he is pitted.
Did he not? Did he not pit?
I don't think he pitted. I'm not entirely sure. I keep forgetting these things. We'll check in a moment.
Oh my god, that is a phenomenal race. I think it was for unserved penalties that one, but I think he would have gotten disqualified if he didn't pit though. And I think he did finish, like, you know.
Let the race director real quick. Oh no, he has pitted. So it was. I don't know what the penalty was for, but 41 seconds. There's a new record for the most pens. It's actually 31 seconds. No, sorry, it's not.
Oh, it must be 41. Or it's 31.
Take a nice little screenshot of that. Yeah.
That's a world
penalty
record.
galore in this race.
Yeah, phenomenal.
But yeah, penalty galore in this race. Apart from, of course, Elias and Bull Diver from P8 on the grid, finishes second. Great result by him. And yeah, well, there is your race results, and we'll be back in just a moment for the driver interviews.
Huge news for the penalty championships today.
Well, after that misery of a Grand Prix, we're back on. We're back for the interviews, and we've only got four. Four interviews, lovely. Four interviewees, then. Yeah, we'll just rush through it, and as it currently stands, there's no clips being posted. But as we just go through the interviews, we'll see how it turns out then. So then, let me just go back to the because yeah, Elias finished first, but I'm just gonna set up the results before we get to it. There we go. Right, so Elias is streaming. I don't care honestly. Hello.
Hi.
Okay,
Hello.
so yeah, started first and finished first. Yeah, sorry for the
Yeah, hello. Your
sorry for the
mic
cutouts.
cut out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Well, that's on yeah. Just yeah. No, honestly, not much to say. Not much really happened in the race.
Yeah, mate, your mic keeps cutting out really badly.
I'll take care of that one. You fix your mic.
Yeah.
Good
Go on, mate.
good
Honestly, mate.
yeah, good evening, Elias. Welcome to our commentator booth.
Hello. Hello.
Uh,
I'm muted
well,
on the
not really
Discord. Yeah,
an
I'm
interesting
muted on the
race.
Discord. You can't hear me. But
Aside
yo,
from the
this
beginning, it
microphone,
was
bruv.
and the ending, but we'll
Anyone
get to that
anyone
soon.
wants to buy a microphone, do
Um,
not buy a Toner
let's start with the
TC77. Yeah,
beginning first.
cheap
How was
bullshit.
the
I'm telling
quali
you.
and how the hell did you up and maybe do you feel that you could have done even better, or
Oh
was
yeah,
it
for
like
sure.
a perfect lap overall?
No, it wasn't perfect. Like I
It
think
wasn't
the
perfect.
majority of the lap was perfect until I reached the final chicane. I lost 1.5 tenths. I don't know how. It just probably wasn't as fast. Wasn't as aggressive on you know.
If I
But
have to be if I have to be honest, that was an unbelievable lap. Like one, I think that was like 7 tenths ahead of the second ahead
yeah,
of
yeah,
P2. Yeah, that
yeah.
was
It
an
was.
unbelievable lap.
Thank you very
And
much.
yeah, you're
But no,
fast,
I
bro.
mean, it could have been better for sure. I mean, heading into qualifying, I was already like sure that I was gonna be, fast. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I think I've just managed to find that extra bit, like in that final lap. Um, it was a really good lap, honestly. I was really happy until I reached that final chicane, but I still got pulled by a year, and
yeah, yes, precisely.
um, and
Uh,
yeah, and then the race went well as well. I was Um, like
Aside
I
from
kept
that
it under control.
tussle with Loris, I think if he kept like under your DRS, I think he could have had a shot maybe at fighting you for a little bit longer. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
if
he would have been
yeah.
fighting me if he had DRS.
Did you feel that he had a straight line speed focus setup, because that's what it looked like on the stream, that his car is like a rocket ship on the straight and then it just sucks in the corners.
No,
Oh, all right.
I think maybe he was just deploying because in
Yeah, it
qualifying
could.
in the speed traps we were like I think maybe 1 or 2 kph apart, so it wasn't a big
Okay, okay.
difference.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the setup we had was just superior, so that's why I was
Yeah,
able to be decent, I guess, in the straights while still being
it's
really
the
good in the
corners.
corners. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think in terms of straight line speed, it was similar, but he might have had the edge.
Yeah, that's what it looked like on the stream, but I guess we'll never know that for sure. Uh,
Yeah,
well, let's go
racing him
go.
as well. Racing him was clean as well. He
Yeah,
just
it was.
I don't know if you saw, but like when he disconnected, his AI
Yeah,
went
yeah,
into me. But
yeah.
it's
I
whatever. It happens.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
not
really his
really
fault.
his fault
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
That
not.
nothing he could have done
It's
there.
not his fault.
Uh, well, okay, let's go forward a little bit with in the race to like the last laps, um, with probably one of the closest battles you've had in the race between Lelan, you, and perhaps
Yeah.
a fight for P1, P0, and P minus one.
Yeah.
Uh, how do you rate that battle? And Do
Oh, it
you
was
think?
incredible, man. Like, oh, man, they are so tough to race against, man. Like, especially Leland, he's a defending master as well.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
perhaps, like he just knows how to overtake. So yeah, it was really tough.
It was a tough battle, tough day in the office, but you
Yeah, very
succeeded.
tough.
A lot of
Yeah,
sweat was produced in that
yeah, yeah,
battle,
yeah.
but at the end, the glorious Bahraini won and proved the Finman and Italian, uh, and proved that Bahrainis are just built different. Well, all right. I don't know if I don't recall anything else happening to you in the race that's interesting. Do you
Yeah,
want
no, I
to
mean, it was
add in? Yeah,
no, not really. I mean, it was a good day today. Good
good
race.
day in the office.
Yeah,
26 points, I believe, and
25. Fast lap got
25.
stolen.
Yeah, fastest
Yeah,
lap got pulled
by
over.
less than half a tenth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that sucks. But still, 25 points taken to the Ferrari account. And yeah, I think that's a good day, a positive
yeah, yeah,
day.
for sure, for sure.
And yeah, do you have anything else to add?
No, honestly, that's it. Really, it was a good day. Nothing to complain about.
All right. Well, in that case, we will see you in the next race, which I believe is what's the next race? It,
Portugal.
yeah,
Portugal.
Portugal.
Oh no,
Portimao.
no.
Oh,
What
that's
is this, bro?
yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, the
Uh,
most undrivable track in this game,
you say
apart from
no,
like,
no, no, and you're gonna be like 5 tenths faster in quali than P2. I call it.
it's
I
so
call it.
bad to drive this game. Portugal is so bad, genuinely. Like,
Yeah.
Arrow, get a hold of your track. Come on, dude.
Hmm.
Genuinely,
Hold them
fix
up,
it, man.
Arrow. Yeah, call them up, Arrow.
It's
Call them up.
so bad
Track
this game.
staff. Just to resurface and
Yeah,
stuff. Well, all right. That's I think all we've got,
yeah.
and yeah, we'll see you in the next race in
Thank you very much.
Portimao.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have a good day.
See you.
See you.
Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Hopefully
All right.
hopefully my shitty mic don't count anymore. If it just got... Oh
Next one
my
is
god. It is as well. It is
what?
as well. Bro. You know, we're just gonna have to roll with it. I don't care anymore. Can't be asked. I want to get through this as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
Anyways,
what's happening? Like the mic is still bad, or
it's no, I don't even know anymore. Let's just get through the interviews.
yeah, it's
Uh,
cutting out quite severely. Change the input sensitivity in Discord. Just pull it to all the way to the left, or turn off like the noise canceling. That also helps a little bit.
yeah, cancelled everything like that.
Okay, I
Hopefully,
think it's fixed now.
yeah,
Actually,
no, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Finally, okay.
there is some static, but we can live with that.
Oh God, of course. Wait one sec.
Okay,
Yeah, I can hear it briefly, but it's right.
yeah,
Anyways,
it's okay. It's okay. All right,
yeah.
let's next one is Loris. Should I pop him in? And
Laurie said he didn't want an interview in the chat. I saw him, so
okay,
we'll skip him. And
and
Phil
go to
Malone
Phil.
is up next. He's in an
Yeah,
activity, but after winning, oh,
we'll
nice,
interrupt.
cool.
Yeah,
You
we'll
just listen.
interrupt
You
that
just listen to
activity.
everything
I
I say.
I was winning, guys.
What
Yay!
you were what?
I was winning in Quiz Planet.
Yeah, we interrupted your activity. I apologize about that. Anyways, welcome and good evening. Kvyatbona, do you want to do the interview this time?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. So started P5 and then you finished P5, and yeah, double points for the team and big double points at that as well. And yeah, on your hard stint, you of course do what you do best with with the management, and yeah, in the end, it worked out well. And of course, you got involved. You got yourself involved in a little bit about the start of the race with Kulis, but then after that, nothing really happened. But of course, got it with in a battle that like trains, but the monumental penalty I had to him. But yeah, apart from all of that, how was it? How was it like from your perspective?
um, yeah, clean. The race was, I guess, not the most exciting, but it was still very fun to drive. Also, very good result for me and Saul today, which I helped him to achieve. I guess to my plan when I saw that Saul was still like within 10 seconds of us. Yeah, I want to do better trains as much as possible, so that Saul keeps within the 10 seconds, or like the 12 seconds he needed for the position gain, and it worked out in the end, which is what we achieved and really solid points for the team today.
Yeah, yeah. As you said, of course, big points for Aston Martin, of course, and it's always good to take big points away from you, away from the race. And yeah, essentially, all I have to say. If Igzys, do you want to add anything on?
Well, I'm not really sure. I wanted to ask maybe one question because you were one of the few drivers that started in Hearts. How was it? Was it a good decision at the end? Because I've seen you losing the position. But do you think that ultimately was it worth it, or was it a bad decision?
No, it was definitely worth it. I did a 3/4 of a test race right before the race today, and I felt like the softs, I say, the mediums are not the best tire to start on. They of course
Okay.
help you in with grip in the beginning, but they drop off really fast, and if they drop extremely hard. So you feel like you're sliding everywhere, especially when you have him on the starting snip with the weight of the car, um, making the degradation higher. So that's why I started on the hards, and it still worked out in the end. Maybe it could have been more if I kept with Kishel and Pool Diver in the DRS train, but it didn't happen unfortunately. But P5 is still, I guess, what I can
Respectable
personally
result.
expect in the current tier we have with the really fast guys with Loris and Diver and of course Kishel. Elias is not countable. Lello finished in front of him. He actually won the race, not
Yeah,
Elias.
Leland won the race actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
Leland won the race. Elias finished P0 and perhaps finished P minus one.
nice.
Remember that?
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm really proud of Lelle. Soon as I told him it's a casino in the middle of the track, he locked in. He was locked in then.
Yeah. Yeah. So he had like a casino on this like small display, right?
Like the big building in the middle of the track where you
Oh
drive
yeah,
past on the main straight.
yeah.
It's actually a casino.
Oh, that's why he was getting so many penalties.
Yeah, he gambled.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. He wasn't focused on avoiding the track limits. He was just going in on red. Oh,
He was firing it in there.
yeah, he was. Let's hope he will come back from Montreal with a huge paycheck. Uh,
I hope so, but I mean the Canadian dollar is not really worth that much.
yeah, that's true. It's
So
worth as much as. Well, anyways, that's all from me. Do you have anything else to add, Mr. Bona?
No, not at all.
Well,
Yeah, but yeah, capping off. Yeah, but yeah, this will be the end of the interview. I will be seeing you next race for Portimao.
what about
oh
me? I'll be seeing you as well. Don't worry, Phil.
oh god, Portimao. Oh god. Oh no, it's not that bad on this game, I guess.
Well, Elias
Elias,
is, yeah, Elias is
Elias said
very
that it
different. Yeah,
sucks. Yeah,
yeah, has a
I
very different
mean
opinion.
it's still. Did you spill your drink?
cool.
I
Kvyatbona.
don't know. I heard just spilling something.
I think
That's
it's his turn.
that's my
This
chair.
is
Yeah.
that's crazy. Um,
That's crazy.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, Portimao is still not easy. It's still very hard.
Yeah.
But at least turn 8 is doable in this game, so that's a plus point.
Yeah, it's a good thing to hear. That that some corners are doable. Well, all right. Thank you very much, Phil, and see you in Portimao. And yeah, uh, good night.
Good night. Thank you for the interview and casting.
Yes.
No problem. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Okay. Next to come is Sauber Balta in the Aston Martin as well. So yeah, double points for both of the Aston Martin drivers. A good result for them.
Oh,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Good evening.
Yeah. So started P10 and finished in P6, and bringing home a double points finish for Aston Martin. So yeah, great result for the team, and yeah, there's just not much happened in this race. I know you definitely got involved in some battles, but honestly, I could not be asked to recall what battles they exactly were. So yeah, but yeah, how was it like from your perspective?
Uh, it was a good race. Actually had some pace again. But yeah, the main battle was probably with Trains and trying to stay within his penalty window because he was kind of farming. And Phil kind of helped me at the end by kind of slowing him down. So much appreciated by him.
Uh, that's well, you succeeded in that battle, and you managed to get a phenomenal position for your team,
Yeah,
with film alone. I'm
it
sure that
was.
that will make a dent in the constructors' championship.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so. I think we got P5 and P6, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Well,
That's pretty much it,
Is
honestly.
there?
That's
no,
pretty
that's
much
Is
pretty
it.
much
there?
it. I've got one question about strategy because you started on medium tire compound, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, that's the correct answer.
Exactly. And do you think that was a correct decision?
I think so. I think the medium was the best to start on.
All right. Well, that's good. Oh, and also, did you do any testing? Because your teammate told us that he did testing and he found out that hard was better.
I only did minimal testing, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, but the hard was was the better tire. But I still preferred starting on the medium
On
and
the
having the hard at
fast
the
version.
end.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you finished ahead of your teammate at the end of the race, so
No, he got
wait.
fifth.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
but
you got
you were ahead for a long time there.
Yeah, for a small bit. I was ahead.
Well, that's all from me. Do you have anything else to add, Mr. Kvyatbona?
not much. Other than congratulations on the result for Aston Martin, and we'll see you in
Thank you.
Portugal.
Yeah, see you there.
Yep.
All right.
Goodbye.
See you. Good night.
Very quick
And
one
that's all I
again.
think. That's all I think. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, yeah, and yeah,
Or
and
is
the
there
last
someone else?
one, Mr. Zoxon, you just started stream,
Lost
but
thoughts? Yeah.
yep,
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
and
pop him in.
that's the last interview of the day so far.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
sorry to interrupt, but you're the last interviewee of the day, it seems. So yeah, we'll just go through it, and your result. You started from 12th and finished P9. So in the end, the qualifying result you weren't hoping for, but in the end you made up for it, and yeah, got some points in the end. Um, honestly, from how bad the race was, I can't really recall anything as much. But yeah, definitely probably involved in some of your battles, and yeah, especially with I think it was perhaps I think it was with well, I can't remember who it was, but it was you find
Not
some.
coolest, I guess.
Oh yeah, it was Kudus. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you were involved with a battle with Kudus and your teammate. But yeah, other than that, how was it like from your perspective?
Well, nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened.
That is exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was just inside the DRS train. We fought and fought until at the end of the stint, my tires gave up, which on the other drivers they still had some rubber left with their hard. So yeah, then I came onto the pits, which I guess was like 1 or 2 laps too late. Um, then had one slight mistake in turn 3, in which Reese came through. Without it, I just got a few more seconds, but I guess I won't have got new more points out of it. So yeah, I guess P9 was the best I could do. Though also with the DNFs of Porky and Nade, yeah, it was the best I could do. So yeah, P9, it's okay. And I got some practice today for my other league race on Friday, where we also race on Montreal.
That's positive. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Always. 2
Something
points,
to
not
learn.
bad. 2 points, not a bad result, I guess, for you. Could have been better, but yeah, it is what it is, you know.
True.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be it for the interview. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, nothing much to say except
Nothing
let's see
happens.
let's see what happens in Portugal. Nothing.
Hopefully something happens there.
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah. Other than that, thank you for coming on once again, and we'll see you in Portugal, of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Well,
bye-bye.
good night.
Goodbye.
Yes, my
Good
bad.
night.
Okay, that's it for that. The interviews. We're on to the clips, and I'm obviously on the clips itself, just seeing itself. Let's just begin with this. 31 seconds. Thank you, Leland, for just racing in this league, man. My idol. All right. So first clip of the day, Phil Malone on the last lap.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god.
What happened?
I like train getting a bit close. I think I saw this as it was happening on the stream. Yeah, almost pushing Phil onto the grass here, but nothing major happening in collision. Wild. Wow, this is loud. Could barely hear myself. Ooh. Ah, that's why that's why he got one of his penalties. He just got pushed, got a little tap in the back from Porky Lima. I think I did see this as well as it happens. I can't remember really. As well, that race just had nothing in it, and oh yes, Elias and Leland at the line with the USGP with that Barry Keller Schumacher wheel to wheel finish at the USGP. Of course, I'm not gonna play the clip. We all know what happens over there. I hope. Yeah. So next clip on the start for once, where the most action happened in the race, for Mr. Zoxon. Is the heart monitor going to be here? Oh, it's not, unfortunately.
Was a bit of recording. Oh, taps.
So that's quite the action. First, that was quite the action happening. Oh, I can just play it. Sorry. So that's why War just looked to have lost the car a bit because getting bunched in a bit, and then perhaps his
Was a bit of recording. Oh, taps.
race being thrown just like that. But I think he. Oh no, yeah, he was in the back of the field. Sorry, that's what essentially put him in there. Next up by Zoxon, Ubashtir. Ubershness. Let's just move on.
Surely it's a safety car.
No, it's been the pits.
I know, but surely it's a safety car anyway.
Did a mistake. Damn it.
Safety car anyway. Surely it's a safety car. I know, but surely it's a safety car anyway.
Yep. Oh, there's no idea. I have no idea. Wow. Short term memory loss, Christ. And the last clip of the day, not even related to this race, unsurprisingly, is in Belgium. On the last lap, I don't know what season this is. Tracking.
Bullshit! Wie kann man einen Augenblick so Human in dieser Liga fallen zu lassen?
What the hell? Ultimate crash out.
Es ist so ein Bullshit! Wie kann man einen Augenblick so Human in dieser Liga fallen zu lassen?
Fuck, you're alright, man. Yeah, I'm not really updated as to what happened this race, but I imagine something not good, I guess. And yeah, that will wrap up quite the stream, I guess. I honestly, as Zoxon said, nothing ever happens, as we've just seen that race. But yeah, whatever. I mean, we had some good action on the first 3 laps, and yeah, when after Loris had his bit of disconnection moment, that's when the race just got killed off. That's unfortunate because we'd love to see action happening all across the track, and yeah, just me being an absolute buffoon and not and forgetting to turn on the audio and microphone on the best race of the season in Spain. Yeah, well, these things are happening. You're welcome, Phil. Also, Jesus Christ, man, these people don't run. The V comes after the K, not the Y. Okay, every time I keep seeing that. But yeah, after on that disappointing bombshell, it is time to end. So thank you for the few people that were watching. Thank you for the few people that were watching the stream, and we hope to see a better race in Portimao. And I've been your host, Kvyatbona, and Igzys, unfortunately not
here.
He's here.
I just couldn't watch the clips because,
Yeah.
the-
But yeah, that'll be it. We'll see you in Portimao.
exactly.
Take care. Bye bye. Goodbye.
See you, folks. Good night.